Hey, I apologize to everybody for that untimely interruption in the last video. But here, I'm back, and I just want to put something out there, and we're just going to keep it real. About 2.5 months ago, somebody reached out to me, somebody who I really trust, their credentials, I'm going to just put it like this, credentials are impeccable, and they told me that somebody in the Shreveport Police Department got caught having sex on a desk inside the Shreveport Police Department. And unfortunately, due to my personal situation, it kind of slipped my mind. But here we are today. Do y'all realize in the last week or so, 5 police officers from the Shreveport Police Department have been fired, and 3 of them are brought up on federal charges? You got 3 Shreveport police officers who have been brought up on federal charges for excessive force. One of those police officers was involved in the murder of Anthony Childs 4 years ago over in Motown. Do y'all realize there's a lot of stuff going on inside the Shreveport Police Department, just like on the streets of Shreveport? Do y'all realize they don't call this Ratchet City for nothing? Because guess what? Your police are just as ratchet as the people in your neighborhood. Do you realize when this person reached out to me, and this is a person again whose credentials I can't question, I'm not going to say no more because I will never give up my sources, but this person is somebody I know who know what they talking about because they in the Shreveport Police Department, told me that boy got caught having sex on a desk in his office. Hot steamy sex on a desk. Hot steamy sex on a desk inside the Shreveport Police Department, on a desk in the police department. Yeah, one of your officers got caught. And guess what? Him and the female who just so happened to give it up, she getting fired too. We saw this pic. Why didn't he show her? I guess you know in like, hey Katie, what's up, kidfolk? Man, you need to hook up, bro. There's a lot we need to talk about, kidfolk. But they ain't gonna show her picture right now because she probably gonna try to play that victim ass role. Well, I was just going there to give him his coffee, and he touched my titty, and I just laid down on the desk and busted wide open for it. What kind of shit either way it go, what kind of shit is that? That's really what went down. This man had sex on the desk in the police department, an office which you and I pay for as taxpayers. Keep in mind, we pay for this as taxpayers, and he done defiled this desk. She done defiled it too. They put his picture up, not hers, but it ain't gonna be too hard to find out who she is. Because she the one on the police department that got fired for getting fucked on the desk. So that's not going to be hard to find out who she is. But anyway, let me keep it respectful. Do y'all realize that 5 police officers here in Shreveport that has committed more bull crap than the citizens of Shreveport? Ratchet City at its finest, y'all. So we need to come up with solutions now because we know what the problem is. You got a bunch of people in Shreveport that don't care, and you got a bunch of police officers here in Shreveport that don't care because, again, you have had 5 police officers. Keep in mind, one of those police officers out of the 5 who have been fired and brought up on charges, federal charges, 3 of them on federal charges. One of them was accused of an officer involved shooting, when we and black people in the hood know, murder of Anthony Childs. Yeah, that man should not even be. Come on, that man should not have been back on the streets. If he was involved in a shooting that was so controversial just 3 years ago with Anthony Childs, why was this police officer back on the streets? Shouldn't we have some kind of system? And that's what I'm finna fight for, y'all. Y'all follow me on this one. Y'all know when it's time to fight, I'm going to fight. I'm finna get out here and fight. I'm challenging the city council, Shreveport Police Department. We don't care what happened national. Here in Shreveport, we need to have a system to let us know what these officers are accused of when it comes to violent. Whenever it's reported that an officer initiates violent force or unnecessary force against a suspect, that needs to be documented, and the public needs to have a record of it so that we won't have another Travion Brooks running around the street 3 years after he killed Anthony Childs, still on the street, beating the shit out of people, y'all. Do y'all realize what I'm saying? We need to have a system that lets us know when an officer is accused of excessive force here in Shreveport, so that we know this guy done got 2 strikes. We're not going to give him his 3rd. He needs to be sitting down, if nothing else, at a desk duty. He needs to be sitting at a desk. He should not be on the street allowed to continue to brutalize. And the example that needs to be precedent is the fact that you got 3 motherfuckers right now from the Shreveport Police Department in federal court for violating somebody's civil rights. One of them already got away with murder here in Shreveport. So instead of worrying about what's going on in Minnesota, what's going on even with Ahmaud Arbery, I mean, tragic situation, it is what it is. Send your prayers up. But let's focus on the Shreveport Police Department where they having hot, steamy sex on the desk. I wonder, did he at least buy her a motherfucking honey bun and a strawberry soda? Cause she just went in there she was on the clock and gave some ass up on the desk in the Shreveport Police Department by your administrative assistant, Shreveport Administrative Assistant Police Officer. I couldn't make this shit up if I really wanted to, y'all. This is like we living in the young and the restless right here in Shreveport, Ratchet City. And our police just as ratchet as everybody else.